Hey, what's up, YouTube family? I'm gonna explain everything wrong with the NFL draft. People criticizing quarterbacks like Justin Fields. Chris Sims and Mike Florio are the perfect explanation. And they talked about Justin Fields' pro day and the takeaways. They criticized his flick of the wrist. They did everything. Meanwhile, they did not say nothing about Zach Wilson, a pro day the same, and a lot of other people. I'm gonna break it down for all you people who want to criticize, because I know a lot of you don't really watch football, just like a lot of these talking heads don't watch football. They talked about Justin Fields has wiggly arms, his feet is too tight together, he doesn't move it quick enough. Again, excuses. I didn't see any of that, and they try to magnifying as if that was a big issue. It didn't impact him or stop him yet his whole career playing football, but apparently these guys pay attention to something that nobody talked about, these other quarterbacks who look different. Let's keep going. I talked about, they said Zach Wilson, and I wrote everything down. I researched and studied. They said Zach Wilson throws the ball quicker. They're saying that also that Zach Wilson, he has a quicker flick of the wrist. So this is why they were talking about Justin's pro day. Instead of focusing on Justin's pro day, they glorified Zach Wilson pro day that was 3 days earlier. So why are they still talking about his pro day versus doing a proper assessment of the gentleman they're supposed to speak about? The agenda is in. Then a lot of people are going to tell you that Chris Sim is a great dude who don't look at race and don't look. I never said he looked at race. I said they have a problem when it comes to quarterbacks who look like Justin Fields, and they do. You guys bring up the fact that Chris Sims, he predicted Lamar Jackson. He's so smart. He knew Lamar Jackson should have been the top. And get the hell out of here. What real football fan didn't know Lamar Jackson was the greatest thing ever? What football fan didn't know Lamar Jackson was great in high school football? I'm from South Florida University. I've been watching that man play forever. We knew in Pop Warner he was legendary. High school legendary. He got the Louisville legendary and almost won the Heisman 2 years in a row. But yet this guy falls last pick of the first round. We all knew he was going to be a first round all year, and then just like Justin Fields, around draft time, they started Bill Polian and everybody, he should play receiver. I remembered this, and I'm not done. Let's keep going. Now they're saying that Zach Wilson panics, Justin panics, when that's a lie. I've watched Zach Wilson game tapes. Go watch all the criticisms and critiques he took as a freshman, sophomore, and in the start of his junior year. He panics under pressure. For all you sensitive fans complaining about Coastal Carolina, the brother panics under pressure. Zach Wilson falters badly. If you fans are crying about Coastal Carolina being too rough with him, well, wait till he starts playing on Sundays. Exactly. Now let's just keep going down the list. This is why, despite what people think, competition matters. There are things you cannot simulate against poor competitions, and Zach Wilson hasn't displayed at all how he's going to be a first game starter, let alone a quarterback, period, in the National Football League. And these are facts. Then I noticed another thing that none of these analysts, so-called analysts, are not speaking about. He has small hands. He had over 17 drops out of his hands without even being touched. Go watch the tapes and see if I'm lying or exaggerating. You guys told me to do my homework. I've been doing my homework, so I did overtime homework. The guy has little hands. In the NFL, quarterbacks do not excel with little hands. They become prone turnover machines. I don't care what their race are. And stop saying I'm looking at race and this and that. I am a black U.S. Army conservative. Factual. Let me show it to the people so you can be quiet. I am a conservative vet. This is me in basic training. I am a conservative vet. I'm tired of you people think I'm trying to make it about race. If you cared about people making it about race, have the same energy for your peers who look like you, who make it about race. Just because they don't use the word race doesn't mean they're not making it about race. Stop with the BS. Now let's continue with the banters and rant. So they wanted me to focus more on Justin Fields' pro day, and they were supposed to, but instead instead of talking about the good aspects of what Fields did, and not just Fields, any other athletes who look like Fields, they focus more on the so-called pretty quarterback that looks like sunshine, or that looks like Zach from Saved by the Bell, you know, the good old boys club. If he doesn't look like my grandson, I don't want him. That's what all these guys usually thinks like. And I'm gonna keep going. I don't care what you guys say. Sim said Sim and Mike Tolorio, can't even pronounce his name, said that Justin Field is lazy in the pocket. Wow, lazy. Ain't that word familiar with us? You gonna hear somebody in the comments, it's not about race. Why you bring? You hear these words all the time. When it comes to these so-called pretty white quarterbacks, they're so intelligent. But when it comes to guys like Justin Fields, they can't come up to it. They can't meet the... Get out of here. Before I continue going, let me read you guys a list of all the majority quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round. Well, not all of them. The ones that count, that they loved hyping up to downgrade us and make us look like we can't even play Pop Warner football the way they downgrade us with their over analysts, bruh. And I wish they'd overanalyze all these quarterbacks that I'm gonna do, because when it comes to a black quarterback, he can't tie his shoes good. He can't cross the street good. I don't think he sits in the bathroom well. I don't think he eats his cereal real good. They over critique us. If only they did their due diligence with the other counter quarterbacks, meaning the other quarterbacks who look like them, then the league would have been perfect, but they don't. They fall in a love story with these bums. So if you guys don't believe me, Paskin Lynch, he was Christian Ponders. Let's just be real. Paskin Lynch and Christian Ponders. I remembered what they said about him. In fact, they drafted both of them 2 rounds too early. Most people thought both of these guys was 3rd or 4th round picks. Out of nowhere, around the same time they overhyped Mac Jones and they overhyped Zach Wilson, they did the same thing with all. This is the same story, ladies and gentlemen. Around this time, you'll hear all year these so-called quarterbacks who look like Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson, they're being told to you they're going to be the top 3 picks in the draft. All the time, 3 months prior to the NFL draft, you see the game starts going, the agenda they start doing. And you don't believe me? Let's keep reading the names. Josh Rosen, the number 10 pick of the Arizona Cardinal. I was told he's so smart. He's great in the pocket. Yeah, they didn't like that he's outspoken, but they loved everything he could do. Oh, this guy is a franchise quarterback. He's worth the blah, blah, blah. Johnny Manziel. Oh, the pro day was great. Your Chris Sims said his pro day was beautiful. He's a can't miss prospect, but you guys keep talking about Chris Sims predicted Lamar Jackson's, forgetting that everybody like us who look like Lamar Jackson, we all said he was going to be phenomenal. It was you guys. Let's keep going. Blaine Gabbert, number 10 pick of Jacksonville. I remembered all the guys he skipped for people to glorify Blaine Gabbert. Can I bring Christian Ponders again? I'm a Florida football team fan, meaning Florida State, Miami Hurricanes, Florida Gators, everybody, even the Division II teams. Christian Ponders really was that high of a pick? My God, you guys should never be allowed to talk about football. Tim Tebow, I'm going to reserve the rights, because Tim Tebow, they almost said the same thing about him like they said for quarterbacks who look like Justin Fields. But because Tim Tebow looks like them, they still let him get drafted high and still talked a little bit good things about him. But you all know, if Tim Tebow looked like me or Justin Fields, I doubt he even would have been a 6th round pick. And these are the facts. Tim Tebow went 1st round, 25 pick. Can you think about... Let me keep going. EJ Manuel, which I'm only bringing him up because I seen a lot of guys who look like Zach Wilson try to tell me EJ Manuel is going to be the best one out of all of us, and he faltered. But I wish I didn't bring him up, but I had to because I'm a fair guy. Josh Allen is the one I don't want to bring up because me and everybody else gave him a pass, not for the N-word, but we didn't overanalyze him. If you look past the N-word, you knew he was a great quarterback. And when he used the N-word, he was reciting a rap video. I knew Josh Allen didn't have this so-called hatred, educational purpose for guys that look like me. Josh Allen, I knew was going to be great. I even said Herbert was going to be great, and I got dismissed by all these same guys who are criticizing Justin Fields. They said Herbert was going to be a bum, and now these same guys are drooling over Herbert. See, Jake Lockard, Brandon Whedon. Yeah, we can keep going, guys. Blake Bortles. We said that the other day before. I can keep going. Sam Darnold, Mark Sanchez. That's facts. Let's keep going. Tannenhill. They dropped Teddy Bridgewater for a lot of these people. And don't tell me anything about Tannenhill. Tannenhill played god awful, and Tannenhill would not be great. He's not even great at Tennessee. He's quite all right, and that's just because the weapons they had there already. And let's just stop BSing around the bush. They got that bad man Derrick Henry. Take Derrick Henry out the equation. Let's see what they got. Sam Bradford, Mitch Trubisky. I can just keep going. Marcus Mariota. God damn, they overhyped all these guys. Just straight bums. Carson Wentz. Jesus. Baker Mayfield. I don't even want to hate on him, but let's just be honest, man. This guy don't look like you guys can say confidently you can see him last in the league for much more. Matthew Stafford or Pat Stafford, the guy that throws a whole lot of yards when the game is already overwhelmingly done and they're about to lose anyways. A guy that couldn't lift up his team, but you guys continue make this narrative excuse for him. It's not Matt Stafford's fault. It's his teammates' fault. But you don't do the same BS for quarterbacks that look like me. It's their fault, right? Get the hell out of here. A guy that has never won a playoff game. Get out of here. Let's keep going, man. I'm not Andrew Luck, the quitter that you guys gave a pass to. Andrew Luck quit on everybody, and you guys don't bring that up. You give this military story. He fought through it. That's disrespectful to all veterans. I'm a United States veteran. It's disrespectful. What war did Andrew Luck went through? Cry me a river. I witnessed Dan Marino tear damn near every ligament in his legs, break his legs. I seen so many metal plates put in Dan Marino's leg, and so many quarterbacks before Dan Marino. You didn't hear anybody cry me a river. He took a lot of hits. He like, shut up with that BS narrative. Your man Andrew Luck quit, and he wasn't built to sustain the injury because he was a wuss of a quarterback. Stop giving me the BS, and even the games you guys overhyped for Andrew Luck. Go watch the tapes again. The quitter that he is did not play excellent. You guys and pundits who look like him love the overhyped guys like him. Andrew Luck is Carson Wentz at best. Let me continue. I'm not done. Jared Goff, because he went to the Super Bowl with the elite team they put around him. The year he did bad, in the next year, you guys overhyped him to now downgrade him again and said he's not the guy. You guys pick and choose, man. And I'm actually done. I don't want to keep going because it's like, what's the point? Are you guys even listening anymore? Let me finish through. Sim said Justin is lazy, like they said for everybody. Why didn't they say all these things about Zach and Mac Jones 2 or 3 months ago? All of a sudden, just like right on time, every year annually, when it comes 3 to 4 months prior to the draft, you hear all the BS stories about the quarterbacks who were once predicted the top of the draft, and the bum quarterbacks who look like them who was predicted to go 3rd or 4th round. Now they're the top of the echelons of picks, man. This crap is hilarious. Coastal Carolina predicted everything, man. Chris Sim, Justin has elite running ability. That's all he kept talking about, and all these other pundits. Wow, he's so fast, like they say about all of us. Why not focus on his actual quarterback competitiveness and what he actually can do in the pocket? But you will never do that because you have an ulterior motive you have to meet, this agenda. I mean, he says there is no schemes and teams that they can orchestrate a proper scheme for Justin Fields to get the hang of it. That was insulting. Zach Wilson played Coastal Carolina, and yet they said that he played great. All I've witnessed was him struggle badly. Struggled against Utah in 2019 and 20, and a lot of these teams. Go watch the game tape and stop letting these guys be your doctors and your teachers. I'm out this piece.